This week, California lawmakers began their legislative special session to, quote, Trump-proof the state. Governor Gavin Newsom's plan is to fund the state's legal defense against the incoming Trump administration. Now, at the county level, the Los Angeles Board of Supervisors voted 4-1 to pass a motion supporting Newsom's effort. Well, that solo dissenting vote was cast by Supervisor Kathryn Barger. Supervisor Barger, the new chair, by the way, of the LA County Board of Supervisors. She joins me now live with more. Good to have you.
It's good to be on. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. My first question to you is, why do you oppose Newsom's efforts to Trump-proof California as the sole dissenting vote?
Well, first of all, we don't even know what Trump-proofing California means because we don't know what the agenda of the incoming president is. And I feel to take a confrontational approach to this is really the wrong step, especially when on one hand we're saying we're going to Trump-proof against, what's going on. But then we send a letter to the Trump administration asking for $3.2 billion for our transportation system to get it ready for the Olympics. I feel we should be working together, discussing the concerns that we may have. And this governor actually, he did soften it a little, but I feel that we will be better benefiting our constituents if we work with the administration. And look, we're not going to agree on everything. And there are things that definitely I'm sure I will not agree with. But at the same time, to automatically take this attitude of we're going to fight you, every step of the way is not helping the constituents that I represent or even the state.
When you said that Governor Newsom has softened it a little, what do you mean by that?
Well, my understanding is that the stance he took originally, he's kind of backpedaled a little in terms of his stance about lawsuits being filed. I just hope that reasonable minds can agree that we are all elected to serve our constituents. And at the end of the day, if the EPA passes guidelines, we can make the guidelines more stringent, but we cannot make them more lax. Same thing goes with the federal government across the board. If they're going to make requirements in place for states, we have to abide by them. But we need to work with the federal government, especially when we've got things like waivers that we're requesting for mental health, for drug and alcohol. These are administrative procedures that are going to take place. We're going to get more bees with honey than we are with vinegar.
Yeah. During Trump's first administration, California sued the Trump administration well over 100 times. So that could give you some indication of what is coming around the corner come January the 20th. Let me get your take, though, because it's been a tug of war between Newsom and Trump. Obviously, when he was out here at one point during the fires a couple of years ago or a few years ago, they had an amicable relationship. That's since deteriorated. We know that Trump likes to call Newsom new scum. When Trump says that he's going to refuse providing federal dollars for emergencies like fires, what's your response to that?
Well, that angers me, and that's punitive. And quite frankly, no elected official should be taking that type of stance. I don't even like the name calling. I think it's totally inappropriate. And I do think the governor has taken the high road as it relates to some of the antics that have been put in play. But let's not limit opportunities for constructive dialogue. And, when it comes to withholding emergency funds for people that have been impacted by devastating floods or fires, that is absolutely not the appropriate stance to take, whether you're the federal government or the state. And I will lobby hard, and I will make my voice known back in D.C. if that type of, punitive action is taken. I think it's totally inappropriate. And I feel that, we are adults and we have a job to do. And I think this election has shown people, or shown electeds, that people are sick and tired of the arguing and getting nothing done and then the blame game. We were elected to do our jobs, and I'm going to continue to do that for the next 4 years and make sure that my voice is heard, whether I agree or disagree. And believe me, Marla, you know me, I probably will disagree with actions taken, but I'm not going to throw stones. I'm going to go back there, and I'm going to challenge and try to at least compromise and bring back to my constituents what they expect and they deserve.
Well, you were very busy yesterday because you were sworn in. This is your second term as the board chair. Congratulations. You took over the gavel. Then you were there as Nathan Hochman took over as LA County District Attorney. He has a lot of pressure to deliver. Here's this photo of you and him. Obviously, you're a huge supporter. You're often sort of the lone dissenting vote on the board. Do you regard Hochman as an ally to help forward your agenda moving forward?
I feel that Nathan Hochman is going to be a D that's going to forward the agenda that is set in play by laws. He is going to be transparent. He's going to recognize that accountability is a must as a prosecutor to make sure that the victims' voices are heard. But at the same time, where there are opportunities to provide diversion and actually help people turn their lives around, Nathan Hochman recognizes that that is what is needed as well. So it's not my agenda. This is the agenda of the people. Prop 36 and Nathan Hochman getting put in office should also be a wake-up call that people are sick and tired of not feeling safe in their communities. And, I'm confident that this district attorney is going to have the backs of the victims and the victims' families, as well as the small business owners and neighborhoods that have been impacted by the fact that there is no accountability for crimes that are committed in areas that, quite frankly, are disadvantaged. And so I am excited, but I'm excited that he's going to take the agenda of really reform and put it to use in a way that's going to be constructive and recognize that victims should have a voice and, quite frankly, deserve a voice.
You're excited, and so were the couple of thousand people who were there for his inauguration, sworn in by former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger yesterday. All right, well, we thank you for your time tonight. The newly sworn in board of the LA County Board of Supervisors, Kathryn Barger, thank you, and happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you. You take care.